Hi, welcome to our llama holder tutorial. I call it a llama holder and not a llama pencil holder because you can really store anything inside your llama. Pens, pencils, paintbrushes. Just setting up my workspace now. Unpack everything from your bag. Should have some brushes, paint. From your house, you're going to want to add some water, paper towels. We also recommend covering your workspace and wearing a smock or art clothes. So today I'm going to be creating my llama to look a little bit like a llama piñata. And I actually started this one, painted that head section with a mix of purple and white. I'm going to be working my way down from the top to the bottom, painting each section a different color. So the colors that I'm using today are light purple, dark purple, teal, and dark blue. Feel free to create your llama any way you like. If you like the way the llama looks in this tutorial, feel free to follow along. If you have your own idea, by all means, create your llama any way that works for you. In this next little area, I'm gonna get really close to the tail, so I just wanted to make a note that anytime you want to switch out and use your smaller brush, if you find yourself in a really small area, that's a great thing to do to be able to fill in a small section. Just make sure you rinse your brushes in between if you're gonna put your brush down and not use it again for a little while. It does dry quite fast and the paint can get really stuck in the bristles, so it's important that we wash our brushes out completely anytime we're not using them. in this next section of the llama, I'm gonna start to be painting underneath a little bit, you'll see. So anywhere that color sort of wraps around, I'm gonna add it to the underneath section of the llama and sort of wrap it around the legs. I'll be doing this in the next 2 sections as well, so that the underneath part of our holder also gets colored. When you get down into these last few stripes of the llama, before you get all the way down there, it's a good idea to add a coat of paint to the llama's eyes, the white part of the eye, so that it can dry a little bit and you'll have time to put a pupil in there. Instead of using the brush end of my brush for this step, I've opted to use the round plastic bottom of my brush. This is a really easy way to get a nice clean edge, nice easy circle. If you've never tried this technique before, practice once on your scrap paper or on your paper plate, and then try it on your llama. getting close down to the bottom of my llama's feet here, and he is wet all over. It's getting hard to hold him. And I do have a couple of last details that I want to add, but I'm worried about smudging the work that I've done already. So my plan is, once I'm done with this bottom section, I am going to paint the bottom of his feet, and then I am just going to lean him upside down for about 5 minutes so he can dry a little bit, and I can add the last couple of details to his face. So anytime your project is getting too wet to handle, it's always good to take a break and let it dry a little bit before moving on. All right, my llama's had a little time to dry. Just kind of touching it with my hand, making sure that it's touchable and dry-ish. While we have our llama upside down, this is a good opportunity to sign and date our work. It's always a really good idea to put the date on all of the art you make. It's fun to look back and see your growth as you move forward. Beautiful. We are going to flip him over, add some pupils and some straps for his harness, and we are going to be done.